Da, 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 da. Okay, yeah, that's where we're going to start, I think.
1,700 activities.
Yeah, so Ryan, you had 1,698 activities on Skool this Monday. This activity start is chacked. Chacked? Stacked? Everybody wants to know, man, how long are you spending on the platform every day?
I checked my screen time the other day, and don't hate me, but my screen time is currently at 17 hours and 19 minutes as an average. And I know when you do check your screen time, it's usually like that, but mine is primarily just school. So if not, it is just school. It used to be mixed, and I worked really hard on getting it down, but since school, it's gone up to 17 hours.
And it's crazy because if you look at this activity chart, it's like you're on Skool like for a little bit. Like you're on Skool, like you join like the 19th of January, and then it's like, yeah, I'm active for a bit. And then it's just like you totally drop off. What happens like 1st of April where you're like, let's go? And you've been hardcore mode since then. Like you literally haven't missed a day.
The April 11, that's my, if you look at that one in there, it's next to the first like real solid green where it's the first four lines on the right. Go one over.
Yeah.
April 11. That was the first day where I started what I like to call tech support on Skool. Where I was like, I'm just going to go through, answer everyone's questions. And I got all these points. And I was like, what is this new world that I've been born into? Because I've been on the platform since January. I joined and I was trying the growth operator model. And then it was a Thursday night. I remember it very clearly. This is the activity is American based, and it's not based on where you are in a time zone. And so I was a Thursday night. I remember because I remember the next day I told Dave, I was like, Dave, I'm doing this thing and I'm getting these points and it's kind of fun. I haven't had a life since.
So, I mean, most people look at we all look at our screen time and we're like, oh, I got to shave that off a little bit. Is there like a sick party that's like 16 hours? Those are kind of rookie numbers. I got to pump that up a little bit next day.
Yeah, definitely. I really struggled to get off it. Like I am the more, because for me, and I live by these words now, more equals more on Skool.
Mm.
Because and I know we're going to get into it, so maybe I won't mention it right now, but when I launched that thing, it was like playing a video game. And so every comment and every DM and every interaction turned into some sort of money. And I was like, just let me do it more. Just give me more of this. I love this. So it's been exciting.
I think you broke Skool. Like you broke what I thought would work on Skool, because I actually didn't think more was more on Skool. I thought it was all about like quality, and I saw guys like Ted Carr putting out, these really detailed posts. Or I thought like, oh yeah, like whenever Sam Ovens, like the founder of Skool, whenever he puts out a thing on Skool, like he's going to be one that gets the most likes. And then it's just like you come on the scene and it's like, brrr. It's like, that meme where it's like the cash is like shooting out of the gun. It's like that.
Yeah, money printer GIF. And it has been like that. It's really funny. So as you know, and most people know, I work with Dave, and I know that it wasn't always like the most liked thing in the room of just spending time and getting points. Try explain to someone that you're on this platform and you're just commenting on stuff. And you're like, no, just trust me on this. I know it's going to work. Then you're doing it with your business partner, and then you're telling your girlfriend, and then you're telling your family, and you're telling all these people. Then no, just trust in the process. I know what I'm doing. I'm commenting and telling someone how to change the category name in their category and why that's important. And that's what it was like for a few weeks, was like, okay, no, it is important. No, it's not important. No, wait, no, I don't know. Okay. And then now it's like, no, it is almost one of the most important things, especially for us, which has been really interesting.
Yeah, and then we just got back from Vegas where we interviewed Goose, and Goose was the first ever Skool Games winner to win without like any outside traffic. So it was like pure Skool, organic, Skool generated traffic combined with the killer offer is kind of like what helped him win the games. So it's really interesting how, like, Hormozy talks a lot about how eyeballs are really important. And
Yeah.
you are really like, you're so early in realizing that like Skool fame, Skool, even notoriety, shout out to
Mm,
Raymond, is super, super powerful because
yeah.
it's like this like uncharted territory.
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned Goose because in in a normal sense, Goose did it the right way because Goose went on the leaderboard. I'm on Skool so much, you see everything. But Goose went on the leaderboard and he shot up. But Goose made money. We've done it the opposite way because Goose made the money first. And then he's come in and then he was doing the points and connecting and growing socially and doing all that through school. But he had the MRR part. We've done it the opposite way where we're just like that. And then, yeah, through doing that, we've come out of nowhere. And with whatever experience we've had in the past, this makes me laugh so much. We've done all of this stuff for points, and then we launch a $1 offer.
And not only do you launch a $1 offer, but you're like, yeah, we're gonna win the Skool games with this $1 community, and you guys are posting all these insane like Instagram reels. These like they're almost like Diary of a CEO style, like edited trailers for like every single day, and you're like, bro, who the hell are these guys?
Yeah, it's been like that. It's because we wanted to push the boundary. And there's so much that has changed from April 11 comments. The style of commenting then to what we do now is completely different. Because, I mean, look, a lot of it is shooting from the hip. It's being a part of, that's a funny comment. I'll just say that. But some of it's been strategic as well and trying to massage growth and trying to massage connections. And especially with our $1 offer, it's really fun. And I feel like I'm just kind of leaving that there for you to bring it up and for you to say it if you want to.
Oh no, 100%. I mean, my next thing is like you talk about April 11th as the kind of the day Skool changed. Like a very tangible way, you've had a huge impact on Skool. So this is Ryan and Dave's $1 community. It's called GIF. Some people call it GIF. I'll let the people decide what they want to call it. But if you go into here, this is a post from Sam, and this is like a true story. I don't know if like people like in the main Skool community even know about this. So Ryan's community, like look at this post here. There's like 2,000 comments underneath it, and you'll see, funny enough, pretty much all of them are GIFs. And so Sam hops on here 19 days ago. He's like, Giphy, which is the software, the API that they use, that Skool uses for GIFs. They literally called him and was like, the usage has got so high that we need to discuss a paid enterprise license. Thanks, Ryan Duncan.
Yeah.
So like I still like want to see like a GIF counter on Skool, like a graph where it's like, and I guarantee you it's like April 11th, the GIF usage goes like this, whenever you guys start going for it.
It's taken off. It really has, because it like before April 11, and I think a lot of people can attest to this. It was so rigid and quiet and just the same. How do I do this with my community? And how do I put this in place? And we're like, where's the fun? And then that's when the fun was there. And, that's where as well with like Goose as well, was like rainbows and sunshine and all of this amazing color and this fun, fresh, out there, captivate me feeling. And it's welcomed. That's the best part. It's welcomed. And there's been posts where it's been, I'm not being authentic because I'm not fun. And then people are accepting that and they're bouncing through and finding themselves more. And that's been one of the most exciting things to see on there and the connection that people have within each other. That's been one of the best parts. But yeah, the GIFs are crazy because we're like, if you want more engagement inside of your own community, use GIFs. Do a welcome post where you share a few questions. And one of the questions is, tell us about how you feel about Mondays. Use a GIF to describe. It's a lower barrier entry to get someone to share a response. It's easier, it's more fun, it's more colorful, it's more engaging. And so by doing that, heaps more people are doing that in their community. So there is a whole vast ecosystem of GIFs that we have no idea about because we can't see it because we're not in their paid communities, that are all attributing to the success of raising the Giphy paid enterprise license bill. And I am very proud about that. and very happy that that bill keeps increasing.
Yeah, long may it continue. Why do you
Yeah.
think GIFs work as a way for people to express themselves? Like, I remember like seeing like some sort of like university in the States. They have like some sort of like bachelor degree or master's degree in like memes, and they were kind of making this point that like memes are kind of like the modern day hieroglyphics because they can like communicate a lot with, it's like they're like a shorthand for like communicating a lot in just like a short way. Like, why do you think we love GIFs? And like, why do you think like they score points so well? Why do you think like they give people so much dopamine?
It's the fastest way to tell a story with the way that you respond to someone's comment. So if someone says, wow, that's really good, and then you use the office GIF where it's like him just like falling back in his chair and he goes back like this. It's just like, there might be reason to it. There might not be. I know Dave has used GIFs before, which is relevant to the movie. And someone's been like, why did you use that GIF? It's from the same movie you just used. So people don't even know sometimes what they're using. It's just that emotion that comes with it because there's so much emotion in it. It's like a picture's worth 1,000 words or something. Well, a GIF is worth 1,000,000 because it's 6.5 seconds around a clip of a video of something that describes something. So that's how that works.
Bro, a GIF is worth 1,000,000 words. Needs to be like unbuyable merch for your community because I would climb the leaderboard just to get that on something.
Yeah, 100%. It's coming. We're in the process of that at the moment. A little birdie told me that I should start putting that inside of my leaderboard, so I'm listening and working on something. I also owe someone a hoodie.
Yeah. So the 2,000 comment thing was absolutely nuts, and you got there like super fast as well. Why do you think? So actually, let me try something I've never done before. I'm going to try to play something here, and then we'll see where we go. Oh, I played the wrong thing. I'm keeping it in. I'm keeping this in. All right, Clayton, we're coming for you.
Hey, Clayton here. So obviously you have to roast him hardcore, but I think one of the things you should ask him is how underrated the GIF community is. Like, you think about this $1 community and how many like heavy hitter people on Skool is in this community. I think like this community is like one of the most underrated communities on the whole Skool platform. It's taught me a lot about how engaging GIFs can be and like how much more interaction you can get with GIFs and stuff. So it's definitely motivated me. But yeah, definitely about the GIF community and just roast him like hardcore. I just want to see him get roasted big time. Thanks.
So, GIF comes on the scene. I think I found out about GIF because I think I saw it on like Sam's profile or like Sam messaged me about it or something like that. And I was like, dude, what's this? What's this kind of like random community that Sam's in? And then I get in and then like all these other people are there and all these other people start joining. It's like Evelyn's there, Ted Carr's there, Andrew Kirby's there. Like all these kind of like the main characters of Skool start joining this community that like as of right now has like, under 200 members in it. Why do you think 131 members at the time of recording? This is going to timestamp well. Why do you think like GIF attracted like so many high profile people on Skool straight away?
Well, GIF was a really silly thing for us. We were in the process of like posting strategy and how we're growing stuff on Skool. And I have that photo of me. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's like how to make $1 billion post GIFs. And I put that up. I'm like new strategy. And I think I did that the night before I created skool.com-gif because it was 2:30 in the morning when I like bought the URL. Like I was sleep deprived. I'd just been on a call and I think I'd connected with Goose as well because Goose has also been a huge advocate of GIFs and doing that and kind of encouraged the idea through that process. I need to think back to how it actually all went through, but I know it was 2:30 in the morning and then I'm pretty sure he was the first person to join because I woke up and I was like, why have I just done this? what have I done? And then I was like, oh wait, I got 2 members. Yes, let's go.
Yes, 98 or 97 more dollars to break even.
Yes. We only just crossed that mark too. But it just kind of started going, and then we kind of mentioned it here and there, and then I think, I'm not too sure, and don't take my word for it, but I think Sid mentioned it to the team, because I messaged Sam and I was like, you should be in this, as a joke, and he's like, I'm already in. I was like, what? I had that whole like fangirl freak out moment. I was like, no way, oh my god, my whole life is changed. And it has since then, because it's like you get access to those people in a different way, in a way that doesn't have that like, oh wow, they're the whole thing that you have with these podcasts or whatever. It's wow, they're a real person. Like you get that in GIF, because people are just like actually just shooting the shit, just having fun. Sometimes people just want to have a laugh. Quote unquote, Sam Ovens, and he loves it because it's just a place where you can go and hang out and you can just do your thing on the platform. You stay on the platform. That's a whole thing as well. It's in a place that you already are, that you're trying to do stuff that you just want to go in and you just want to have a laugh. You just want to connect with people. You just want to roast Raymond. We have a category for it now. You want to roast Raymond? You can roast Raymond. And that's the thing, we're so fluid with it because we wanted to break the barrier around the whole rigidness that Skool had at the start. We're like, you can change your about page 50 times in a day. You can update categories when someone makes something. When a member churns, I call them out. I'm just like, the first ever member to churn in GIF. And this is the thing, they're all inside jokes. So you only understand the joke if you're in it and you're a part of it. Because if you jump in, it looks like the Wild West. And you're like, what is going on here? But a member cancelled, and I was like, thank you so much to this member for finally being the first person to take massive action, right? Because it's a play on all those words that we do when we're building community. We all have that about us. We all have that like cookie cutter approach to just, this is my welcome post, and then this is what I want you to do, which is where are you from and who are you and what is your favorite thing about business? And that's that. Whereas we're like, we reversed every name of the leaderboard.
Yeah, so I literally just pulled this up. Is exactly where I was going. I think like you're hitting on the fact that like GIF is almost like not the anti-community, but it's like always opposite day, right? So like people are in the games, they're like grinding away, they're like building their community, and it's like you just want to go somewhere where it's like you can like let all of like the pressure out of your skull, and you come here and like everything's the opposite. So like what happens at level 9?
Click it. I don't know if you can see it because it might be locked, but there might be the image there.
It says, oh, here to share this tab instead. Yeah, you get kicked from the community at level 9.
You can't see the image.
I love that, man.
The image is, should I invite you to it? The image is kind of funny.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll just bring it up on my screen up here as well.
I love that.
so I mean, that's a little sneak peek because I know that people can't see it, but I thought we had it as something. But if you're in the community, you can see that. Or if you're watching this, you can see it. But in the community, you won't be able to see that because I don't want you to. But I thought that would be kind of funny to just kick people out once they hit level 9. I'm like, because you kind of said like level 9, there's like something. Now I'm like, damn it, I can't take a break. I'm like, are they just pulling my leg? I'm like, I don't want to risk it. I got to get there. So I'm going for level 9. Not in GIF, but...
Yeah, so you're talking about, let me pull up the Skool community leaderboards for a second, because this is kind of interesting. This is like the most mathiest I'll ever get. We're dissecting points on a leaderboard right now. So let's see. So you're number 2 on the all time, which is insane because like I remember when I joined Skool, like I saw Ted number 1 at 7,500 points, and I was like, dude, like no one's ever gonna beat him. And then I saw Jade coming, and Jade come out of nowhere, and I was like, dude, no one's ever gonna beat Jade. And then it's like then you and Dave come along, and it feels like in like 3 weeks it's just been like whoop.
Yeah.
So right now, so you're invited to go to Skool HQ because you hit level 7 in Skool Community, which is super cool. You'll love going there. You're currently level 8, and in level 9, what would you like to win at level 9? Like, if you could, like, what would make it all worth it for you? Like, all the grind, all the points, all the everything. What would make you be like, yes, this was worth it?
Intuitively, I would expect nothing less than what I would do in GIF. I'd be like if I saw something and it was just like, good job.
The Apple fireworks killing you. I love it.
Yeah. I wouldn't be opposed to it. Do I think that there should be something there of like a monetary value? Maybe, maybe not. I do it for enjoyment. So I'm like, it's fun. For me, it's just the badge. Just don't remove the badge of level 9. I'm like, I just want level 9. I want the little 9 on my symbol, and I'm happy and I'm cool with that. But yeah, I wouldn't know what to ask or expect from conversations and stuff that I've had and everything. I'm just a bit like, I wouldn't mind unbuyable merch on at level 8 or something. I think that would be really cool because it's pretty easy to get to like level 6, level 7 now. And I've seen other communities get like to level 8, level 9 pretty fast. We definitely put way too much stuff on leaderboards in communities once, and we're like, whoa, we can't do that no more because we know how quickly you can get there. It's like, that doesn't correlate to the money that you're earning. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think? What do you think's going to be there? I mean, you might know, but...
Well, for me, like, the nothing makes me crazier than unbuyable merch. Like, if there's some sort of, like, exclusive, you can only get this merch by climbing the leaderboard. I feel like for any community owner listening, like, I don't care what your community is. I don't care if I even despise your niche. If I'm in there and I see something that I cannot buy, it's like, it does something to my brain that drives me crazy. So
I would like, actually, you know what? I would like to have something or like a message or like something where it was, you hit level 9 and you weren't allowed to tell anyone, and only you knew the secret. So only you could, it was just this new thing. I don't know if it could be one sentence, it could be a paragraph, it could be go to this location and open a treasure chest. But it had the one rule where you have to, I'm talking like, I know Dave and I are going to be up there. Like, we are a team in this. And that's a huge thing around team and everything there. But I would even love it that even, if he gets there before I do, or I get there before he does, because we are going for it and we're going for it hard, that I would not even tell him if I was there.
You get invited to like this.
I think something like that would be really cool. Just, I think it would be a special moment at level 9.
Yeah, you get like a little Skool ring sent in the post, and it unlocks this international globalist fraternity. And you walk up to a special wall and like imprint it in and like turn it around. Like all these bookcase doors open up and you go in and like everyone's there. Ted Carr's there in like a smoking jacket.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I want no, oh my god, I want Ted Carr there in school socks. That's what I want to see.
Only socks? That's it. Now would you?
Yeah,
we love you, Ted. Shout out to Ted.
Yep, shout out to Ted.
Okay, couple of other questions from the community. Okay, this is huge. I don't know how you're gonna get this. What's your favorite GIF?
Oh, I did post a favorite GIF the other day, which was this like lady standing at the beach in the water with her laptop and her phone at the beach, and I'm like, that's so relatable because that's like me 24/7. I think probably my favorite one and my most used one is the money printer. I love that one. I'm just like, spitting it out. Or anything from The Office. I always like The Office GIFs all the time. I'm always using them. It's my comfort show. So I love to just put an Office one in. I love to just reply to people with a straight face. Like they'll say something so kind-hearted, and I'll just put a nothing response in there, just a deadpan Michael Scott approach. I think that's great.
Here's this it. Here's that it.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I feel like that is you right now.
That's
It's
just me
crazy.
on Skool all day, every day.
Do you prefer using it on the mobile or the desktop?
Oh, I use desktop. I use
Do you,
desktop. I have it on my laptop. I have a big monitor screen. I put like
uh-huh.
both. I'll have different communities up sometimes. Sometimes I'll have it split. So I've got 3 communities going so I can like really work through it. Sometimes I'll have the same community on 3 screens at different comments and posts with stuff that's trending. Yeah.
Wow, this is good sauce here. What else? Like, what else do you do to like optimize for the volume and the points?
Well, I have everything set up here, so when I walk away, I just take my phone and I don't even break from it. I'm like, I'm making lunch. I'll just go on Skool on my phone. I love the new app design. It's great. It's made it things a little bit easier and faster to do stuff. But it's basically, yeah, wake up, check Skool on your phone. And then once I feel ready to go into like proper work mode, I'll open the laptop.
Proper grind mode.
Yeah, but I'm always on. Sometimes the notifications get too crazy. What I found is I just don't really worry about notifications, and I just know what groups I've been commenting in. So I'll just literally just scroll through and see and do it that way. I don't really respond to notifications anymore. It's more response by community, is my new filter. Yeah.
If we could redesign notifications for you in a way to make them easier, like what could we do?
You have the just group feature, so that without it resetting would be great. I think even if you just had it where it was like if you're in the Skool community, the notifications that were there just had the notifications for that community, that would be great. So then when you moved to say Skool community and then you went to Skool games, then it was just everything that you were meant to reply to in Skool games. I turned likes off on everything because I used to have likes on, and I had likes on and was clearing it. Like I was like at one point I was that active between it because I'm not as like comment active anymore. I just watch a lot of stuff and I post and do things a little bit more strategically now. But when I was first starting, I was like bang, 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 bang. Like between, I was like crazy, just locked in, just always responding, being like, so I used to say I was tech support on the weekends because no one was online. Sid, I couldn't see Sid or like Erica or any of them. And so I'd just be like there being like responding to people at like 11 p.m. at my time at night, being like, bro, I got you. This is how this works. You'll have to wait till Sid's back online. Like, I'd just be pinging Sid half the time, reporting stuff to admins. I was doing it all.
Unbelievable. So before school, like, what were you doing?
Before school? Oh, wow. When was that? Only 4 months ago. Thing for the comments. When you spend time on Skool, does time move differently for you? That's a huge thing I really want to know because, wow, I can't believe I look back at my posts sometimes and I'm like, that was 3 days ago. It feels like 2 weeks. It's like Skool's its like own like Lotus Casino from like Percy Jackson that you enter it and you just like don't know what time in reality is like. Before, I've always been a creative. I have always done creative work. I went to a music college for high school and stuff. I got my degree in film and television. And then I have kind of just moved back and forth between like agency work and freelance work as a creative. And then basically before I got into school, I was just doing supercar photography. Just shooting supercars, pulling out the camera, shooting stuff that I loved. I've always wanted to chase the passion. Just monetizing it at the same time has always been, it's the hardest thing to crack because you're like, I just want to do what I love, but I want to make money while I do it. And sometimes that doesn't always go how you want it. And then, yeah, January 15 was like school's a thing. And then here I am, super dedicated to building online communities. And that's where I'm at now. But yeah, just always just done design stuff here and there and everywhere.
That's so cool. I didn't know you had a background in like that whole kind of like film production side of stuff. I've seen in photos, like whether it's on the DMs or publicly, like I've seen you have like Game of Thrones memorabilia. You have like a model of the Flying Dutchman from Pirates of the Caribbean with Davy Jones. Like, how much do you think your pop culture chops help you in like the GIF selection and like understanding the culture? Because it's like you've got this huge library of like content in your brain, and you can always flick through. It's like, oh yeah, I know exactly the scene from Pirates of the Caribbean that would be perfect for that comment.
Yeah, it's interesting. I have always had a bit of a Rolodex memory for clips, scenes. I don't know if it's like kinetic, but when I touch stuff or I hear something or I see something, a movie clip always plays for me. I'm like, well, that's inspired there, or that's how that would be shot there. So when I read a comment, it's so instant. It's so instant. I don't ever have to think about it. It's just I go, like you said, to the scene, post the scene, all of it. I mean, I've been brought up around it. I've always loved film. Always watched good films. I remember the first film I ever watched. It wasn't really the film. It was Spirit, which is an amazing film. I don't know if you've ever watched Spirit, but composed by Hans Zimmer. I love Hans Zimmer. I always have. And then I like Christopher Nolan, and I like those big movies. And the two combo there, Interstellar and Tenet, and all of that.
Bro, Tenet is my favorite movie.
Yeah. It's good.
I love it. I never hear anyone really talking about it, so I'm like, well, I'm eternally bonded to you forever now.
I wanted to hold hands like you and Goose did.
Yeah. You have to cry first.
Yeah. Oh, that's a hard one for me. Hey,
what do you mean?
Crying. I struggle to cry sometimes. I don't know if I could cry on camera.
I mean, would you say you're an emotional guy, or like not an emotional guy?
I'm working on being better with my emotions. I think, which is like slowing down and not giving a quick response to things.
Do you feel like you have a lot of strong emotions inside you, but it can be hard to like get them out and express? Or do you feel like you just don't have a lot of strong emotions?
I feel like I've always had such a positive outlook on life that when I have tried to bring up my emotions, it's always been weird. Like, I almost don't believe it myself sometimes. I'm like, I'm not sad. And I think it was only the other day where I really just sat there and I was like, I'm sad. Like, I am. And I just owning it more. And owning it and actually trying to put myself in other people's shoes has been the biggest thing for me. Yeah. I mean, it makes me emotional thinking about it. I feel like I've lowered my voice and I've connected more. I'm like, oh, I'm not GIFing anymore. Damn it, Matt. Pulling on the heartstrings.
Yeah, well, I think it's interesting because you have a very good taste for content. And like, I don't think I've ever told anybody this, but like, I was about to hire you for the podcast agency before I sold it and like went all in on Skool. And like the shirt that you're wearing, like you used to, do some work with Dive, a CEO, one of the biggest podcasts on the planet. So it's like, I think that people aren't aware of like how much chops you have. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, he's just like the guy that posts like GIFs in Skool. But I like to find that like there's like a super intelligence behind everything. And I think like, well, like, okay, talk to me about community. Because you said earlier, like, I want nothing more. I love building online communities. Like, what experience do you have with community offline? Like, where does your community roots come from?
This is interesting because I've been around communities, whether that be leading, like on short film sets, being a part of film sets, or being in company structures. And I think just intuitively wanting to connect and network with people, like being able to talk with people and quickly build trust and be a part of their lives and remember their name. And, I think I say hold space now, but I never understood that in the past. I only am learning that more now. But being there for people in that immediate situation and connecting people has been a big thing. But all of that's been unlocked from Dave. Like, before Dave and I were business partners, he was my mentor and he still is my mentor. And he's unlocked that because as much as all of it is all fun and stuff on Skool, there's been a lot of times where it hasn't been fun behind the scenes. and that's when Dave's had his experience where I'm like, oh, Dave's actually fixing the culture. Like, he's fixing the culture and he's helping me understand how I can operate better as a leader, as someone who wants to build these communities, as someone who wants to put that in place.
What about your family? Like, are you close with your family? Like, any like deep community roots there?
Yeah, I'm close with my family. Love my parents and my immediate brothers. My whole family as like a whole, we're all together. No one's like separated. So I come from I feel like that's almost unique in today's day and age. Just everything is at peace, whether it's not. From an outside perspective, it's like, okay, it's like 2 and 2 and then down to 4 and 3 over here. And then everyone's here and that's it. They're all Duncans and it's great. And, that's been an interesting thing to grow up in. But I think just from being in the film industry, being a videographer, you end up at parties, you build connections, then you're shooting at a party for one person, then you're filming for the next person and those things. And I feel like that's more where the communities come from. Like, family's just the family. We're just cool. We're just good. It's tight knit. It's not big. I think I've been that olive branch that's really built big and over here and flamboyant stuff.
Sure. So I mean, Dave is a serious operator. Like, if you go on Dave's LinkedIn profile, it's like stacked. Like, this guy, serious business chops, serious entrepreneur. He's teamed up with you. Clearly, you guys are up to something. Like, you wouldn't be putting in the work and the effort and the grind into the leaderboards and into the $1 community if you didn't think it was gonna like at least go somewhere. So like, you've clearly been like captured by like the opportunity of Skool. So like, what do you guys want to do? Like, what value do you think you guys can bring to the table? Like, you mentioned Goose earlier, like started with the offer. You guys have gone in reverse. As you've gone on this like huge exploration quest, like what have you found that you think you could fulfill a need on?
I know Dave has always wanted to have like a business that was like GIF. Like, the community GIF has been he loves it. It's so much fun for him. And I think it's a safe place for him. And from GIF, we built culture, which we've got there at the moment. We've got a few people that are in there. Clayton is in culture as well. That asked the question earlier. And culture was about how do you build culture inside of your Skool community? And because that leads in from the 4 C's: cause, culture, connection, communication. I learned that from Sam Ovens and Shayna Lynn's podcast. I played the first 45 minutes back at least 100 times till I just knew the info that was said there. And I think it's important to anyone that wants to understand how to build an online community, go and listen to that podcast. It is amazing. And from GIF, we're like, let's teach people how to have fun inside of their community. And that's when we went with community first, education second. And that's what culture is. And culture is going to turn into a bit more of a behemoth. Whether this podcast launches in time with that or not with that, it might already be there, but we've got plans with it. We want to grow it that big and have that be our place that kind of makes it feasible to do 18 hours a day on a platform talking to, as I would say in GIF, you lot. So
So you guys pretty much want to take all the lessons you've learned around engagement, because you have totally changed the culture of Skool, the platform. And now you're like, look, we think that we've learned lessons that any community owner on the platform in any niche, like, we could help out with. Am I understanding that right?
Yeah. We want to have it more engaged. Like I've said quite a few times through this, it's rigid. It's not, I don't want to say boring might be the wrong word, and I don't want people to get offended by that, but that first initial approach that you have to put a classroom in place and you have to say, I will give you this classroom and that classroom. You don't always have to do that. Think about what you would actually like to give people and then bring people into it and then ask those people, what they think about it, and then build the product with them. And then the best part about it is they become the product. So sell them and sell the vibe and sell the community and sell the win of, oh my God, I'm having so much fun in here. People will buy that. And that's a lot more fun to manage and to do and to create and everything. So you're not a slave to your own business. You can do 18 hours a day and you don't care because you love it. And that's kind of what we want people to do. I think that's the first thing I do in community audits is, where is your energy? You are crazy over here. And I know that because you're just, I'm talking about Raymond. Honestly, Raymond, and most people know Raymond that are watching this, Raymond Zoo, he is a crazy mofo. I looked at his community and I did not see crazy mofo Raymond. And that's the first thing I said to him. I said, dude, where's the energy? I remember the community audit. I actually got inspired from you about it. You sent me a loom one time and you were just the energy in the garden shed. You were vibing out. And when I started the loom for Raymond, I played the Wolf of Wall Street, pick up the phone and start dialing. You're a worthless fucking loser. Pick up the phone and start dialing. And I held my phone in front of the screen. And it just, for 25 seconds, is just that.
Nice.
Yeah.
But it's making it fun. Like, if you could just bring a little bit of fun into anything, it's like, and that's the thing, like, you know, we always joke in the GIF community, it's like, is there value? Like, is there value here? But it's like sugar in the medicine. It's like Goose actually said it at the last Ramosi Mastermind. Mate, this quote, I think if like people on Skool grasp it, could like break the whole internet. He says, it needs to be broccoli wrapped in bacon. And it's like, you just need that something to make like the value a little bit more palatable. And I feel like that's like what you guys have totally cracked. You were talking about
broccoli wrapped in bacon. He's used that quite a few times in his posts. I love it.
Yeah. As we wrap up here, I want to do two things. I want to play a testimonial from your community. And I also, if you're wearing pants and if you're up for it, I'd love for you to like stand beside that door so people can see like how freaking tall you are. Because like genuinely, like it's like so funny when you meet people. Like we notice this at like all of the Vegas events. It's like you're like, whoa, didn't expect like that guy to be like so tall. And because we see each other in like a certain way. You're like looking up. It's like, am I going to hit my head off the ceiling? It's like, I need to like.
Could you imagine I get up and I'm not actually 6'6"?
Well, there's one way to find out.
You get off the chair. You get off the chair, and you just, and then they're like the same height, and they're like, "Hi."
Hey guys, Joe DiFilippo here. I just wanted to say thank you to GIF for changing my life. It was definitely the best decision I ever made, joining GIF. And what I like about it is the proximity. It's all about the proximity. Okay, there's some heavy hitters up in this group. And if you're on the fence whether or not to join, you should join. Because,
Joe's the real heavy hitter, bro.
There's some big dogs up in here.
He is. He's got like 8 communities now.
And the proximity you get to these people
launches
is just
them
unlike anything the world has ever seen. My life has changed dramatically in the 3 days that I've been here. I'm just living a more purposeful, a more genuine life now that I'm in GIF, and I'm starting to get compliments.
Dry.
You know, people are noticing.
He's so good at it,
and it feels good. And I just I want other people to experience that as well.
The guy from the review on GIF,
because I feel like you know the world needs more of that. So join GIF. You won't regret it. Your wildest dreams will come true, just like they have for me, and they are every single day. Do yourself a favor, join GIF.
The height reveal! Look how tall this guy is. Yo, is that a regulation door? Is that a normal door?
Yeah,
Jeez Louise, bro.
It's like the ceiling's like 2.3 meters, and I sit at 198 centimeters, so just below 2 meters. And for the American people, 6'6".
Dude, why would anyone ever want to challenge you to a boxing match?
I don't know. That was so dumb. Like I've been on Skool for like not even like a proper 2 months, and I've already been challenged to a boxing fight. You know the funny part? I haven't heard from him because I asked him, and he said some serious stuff, and I said, "Show me where." He left the community again, and he hasn't come back. He's proper dipped.
Whew. I mean, this is what it's like in the wild, wild west of being a giffer on Skool.
Yeah, a gifluencer.
A gifluencer, bro. That in combination with a GIF is worth a million words.
I've been trying to sign up Daniel
value.
Bissonette to be a gifluencer. Yeah. I reckon he'd be great.
I think he'd be down for it, you know, like he says in the Hermosi one day in the recording. He's like, you know, life after the games is kind of hard, it's kind of boring. So I think like this could be like Joe was saying, this could be the opportunity of a lifetime that he's just waiting for. So yeah. It's funny you mentioned the Shanna interview with Sam. Actually, we did an interview with Antonio Centino, which we'll be releasing in a few days. And he mentioned that interview, and then I listened to it on the plane on the way to Vegas just like 3 days ago. And now you're mentioning it, and I'm like, dude, I'm going to drop this in the link or in the description for anyone to listen to. But Jenny, dude, keep doing what you're doing. I love to see all of the absolute antics that are happening. I'm really curious to see how you and Dave flip this fame into a business that I think will be really impactful for all of your customers and yourself and your families and everything like that. And I think the ultimate hook for joining the GIF community is if you join, you can see what Sam Oven's favorite GIF is. And it's a GIF that I think about constantly. I'll lie in bed at nighttime and that GIF will come into my head and it brings me a lot of inner peace. So yeah. Ryan, thanks for your time.
Thank you. Do you know the keyword?
Please give it to me.
Can we bleep it out?
Yeah, let's bleep it out.
Yeah, it's
really? That's it?
That's it. I only found it the other day too. I've acted like I've known it for ages.
You gotta have like if there's any like ever class content in GIF, it's like access to like secret keywords for like these spicy GIFs that like nobody knows how to get. Yeah.
I was thinking of like such a funny way to like end it. I'm like, because you could say your part that you had there. Have you ever watched Giuliano Hodges on Instagram?
I don't know who that is.
Funniest dude, TikTok live guy. He like spits at his camera. like he'll be like, oh, I have to send you his account, bro. It's funny. I was like thinking I would like punch the camera or something, be like, no, like jump scare everyone.
Bro, just punch the camera and I'll end it right now.